Hi there, everyone. My name is Lee. I'm a retired police officer, 31 years with the Metropolitan Police, um, 25 years of sort of borough-based policing, um, from response team to a bit of intelligence, some neighbourhood work, and then finished my career with the Royalty and Specialist Protection at Buckingham Palace with the residential protection side of things, firearms trained. That was a good place to finish my career. But I decided to do this channel, but a few reasons. One, I just think it's good to sort of get opinions across on certain things that come out, but also no one's out there fighting the corner of these boys and girls that are out and about, trying to do the best they can. People obviously have got opinions on the police. Some people like them, some people hate them. Some people like them because they've helped them in the past, or just because they've got maybe family, friends, that sort of stuff. Then you've got the people that hate us because they've either had a bad experience, which, I'm not saying has never happened. Obviously things have gone wrong, things have been dealt with badly. There are shit coppers out there. There are some proper wrong-uns, obviously, as we've had before in the past with Carrick and Cousins, and God knows who else in the past. And some people just don't like us because their friends have had a bad experience, or they just follow the crowd. So yeah, I'm going to do a bit of chatting around things that go on, things that I've experienced, some of the stories out there that are in the news, all sorts of stuff really, from my experiences, other people's experiences, stop and search, traffic stops, all that sort of stuff. When people say to you, "Well, weren't you out catching rapists and burglars?" That sort of stuff. I wanted to just talk about today the young lad that was murdered by that Sikh fella. I can't believe I can't believe how things went down. I can imagine they got there and they're probably shit scared because of the whole racism thing. Guaranteed. Why else would you go in and handcuff someone that's been stabbed? Guaranteed they've heard, the calls come out, allegation of rape. They've turned up, he's there spouting his mouth off, giving it, he's racially abused me, etc., etc. They haven't probably gone and spoken to the guy, probably not even let him say two words. And they've chucked handcuffs on him straight away, without realising, without getting the full story. And that pisses me off. There's always two sides to a story, especially in this circumstance. That poor lad's been stabbed 5 times, and they've not even bothered to speak to him. They've just gone in and handcuffed him, and it's turned out that he's been stabbed. Could they have, if they'd known straight away? I've heard their chief constable turn around and say, we're sorry, but even if they'd known at the time, they wouldn't have been able to do anything for him. You don't know that. You just don't know that. If you don't, try and deal with it straight away, how do you know? But yeah, there's going to be a lot of backlash for the police on this one, and I can see why, because they've gone guns blazing, straight away, just because the racism word has been mentioned. And there are a lot of cops out there that straight away will go, "Oh, fuck. He said the racist, word, he's made an allegation of racism. We ignore everything else, and let's just deal with that without finding out exactly what's gone on." Yeah, it's a sad state that some poor lad's lost his life because this nut job. I mean, for one, he's been allowed to carry a ceremonial knife, which I think is wrong. A knife's a knife, be it, the Scottish one, the Sikh one, whatever, a ceremonial sword, dagger. You shouldn't be allowed to carry anything like that. Anything at all. A knife is a knife. And as we've seen from this incident, it's been used in the wrong way. I just think it's disgusting that they're allowed to be carried. It should be treated as an offensive weapon, regardless of whether it's for religious purposes. It should, yeah. I just think it should be. They should be banned. It's not controversial to say that. I don't think, because clearly it's been used in a way that it's not supposed to. So, anyway, that's my thoughts on that. I will be posting a video every Friday about whatever's going on. Like and subscribe if you want to know more or you want to listen to more. I'm just doing this out of my van at the minute because I haven't really got anything properly set up. I'm just starting out. Over time, hopefully, things get better. Then hopefully I can have a little bit of a better setup. But at the minute, I've got this Death Star little backdrop in my van. So yeah. Any ideas you got? Anything you want me to talk about, anything you want me to discuss, I'll be quite happy to. And we'll take it from there. But anyway, see me in the next video on next Friday. Don't know what it's going to be about. You'll have to wait and see. But stay safe out there, ladies and gents. There are people that think a lot of you. There are people out there that know you're doing a tough job. It's just unfortunate that we are let down by leaders. Sadiq Khan, who in my opinion is completely useless. And our government, who are completely useless. No backbone. And unfortunately, all of this woke nonsense is filtering down from the government through our leaders. The old. And that's why no one's joining, or hardly anyone's joining. Shitloads of people are leaving. People are getting screwed over with pensions. There's no incentive for people to work for the police these days. None at all. I mean, shift work ain't too bad. It is what it is. I did 30 odd years of it. But the pay is shit. There's hardly any overtime. They expect you to go out and run your arse ragged for, sometimes 10, 12, 13, 14, 15 hours if you get into a job that needs overtime. And then they'll say, well, only one of you can stay on and deal with it. And you've got a crime report, a missing persons, or a report that needs to go off to social services. Then the case papers, your own notes, witness statements, any other evidence has got to be added. It don't happen quick. It's not an easy process, and they want it done in 5 minutes. And there's no budget. There's absolutely no budget. It's no wonder people are fucked off. I'll never be sort of looking back on my career thinking, I wish I'd never joined. I had some great experiences, some wicked experiences, things that I'd never be able to do anywhere else in the workplace, in terms of shootings, stabbings, critical incidents, all these sorts of things, and then also working at Buckingham Palace, meeting the King for one, and some of the other royals. Never met Prince Andrew, thankfully. But all very, very nice people. And then, I got to meet David Beckham, or Sir David Beckham. Loads of other famous people I've had the pleasure to meet just through my job. And I'll never regret ever joining the police. I'll always be proud that I was in the police. But I would never encourage anyone to join now, ever. Never, ever. Poor paying conditions. No one gives a fuck about us. No one wants to look out for you. Whenever anything happens, it's, oh, yeah, well, we're really sorry. My officers actually did their job properly, but we're really, really sorry. Well, why are you apologising? There's people out there that want to harm you and stop you from doing your job and things like that. And you've got to do what you've got to do. I mean, look at the geezer in Golders Green, the stabbing. You got that idiot, Zach Polanski, saying, oh, well, the officers used excessive force. Shut up, you cretin. Those officers were faced with a man that's stabbed, 1, 2, 3 people? These officers have got to go in, because no one else is going to do it. They've got to go in and detain this man who's going to want to kill them. He's got a knife, they've got taser. If that taser don't work, and it does happen, through mental health, drugs and alcohol, or bad placement of the probes, if that don't work, then it's close up, mate, and it's punching. And they've got to do what they've got to do to go home at the end of the day and to take that bad guy down. That's why I joined the police. I didn't join to make a difference, because you're never going to make a difference. Ever. Never, ever going to make a difference. All you can do is go to work, put on your uniform, and go out and deal with those calls to the best of your ability and help the people that need our help and nick the bad guys. That's what I wanted to do. People that needed our help them, and nick the bad guys. Drive on blue lights and nick the bad guys. There was always a bit of fun having a bit of a roll around, as long as no one got hurt. Just nicking the bad guys. But we're too busy nowadays policing the fucking internet. You can say 30 words on the internet and get yourself into prison. But go and have some fucking paedophile pictures on your computer. These celebrities, people from certain communities that are getting nicked for all this sort of stuff. And they're out, they're walking the fucking streets. They should be in prison. Anyway, rant over. This is what you're going to get from me. I'll start and then I'll talk and I'll just start going on. Because that's it. I'm passionate about the police. Passionate about giving them a voice. Because there's no one else out there. And I say that no one else. There are other YouTubers, but I'm talking about mainstream people in the media, people in government. They might stand there and go, oh yeah, we need to back our police, we need to pay more money, or we need more investment. But you don't give a fuck about that, really. All you're interested in is getting into office, or getting getting an MP of somewhere or whatever. You're not interested in, really. You're really not. And it grips my shit. It really does. But like I say, I'll be doing videos every Friday. I'll probably post them in the evening when I get round to getting round to doing it. But yeah, there'll be more. So like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.